Okay, so picture this, right? Like a story of, I don't know, you know, cinematic triumph, this legacy that like spans decades. A mother and daughter, not only did they like conquer Brazilian film, but they left this huge mark on Hollywood.
I mean, that's the kind of deep dive we're doing today. Yeah, and I think what makes it so fascinating is how it intertwines with the evolution of Brazilian cinema itself.
Yeah, it's like we're not just looking at their careers, right? We're tracing like this whole rise of national cinema onto a global stage. I mean, I'm looking at your notes here and it's
Oh yeah.
stacks of articles, reviews, I mean, even historical context on Brazilian cinema. So where do we even begin with all of this?
Well, I think you flagged the 2025 Oscars as a pivotal moment. And yeah, rightfully so, but to really appreciate the weight of that I'm Still Here win, we need to rewind a bit, start with Fernanda Montenegro, go back to 1999. She's nominated for Best Actress for Central Station.
Right, the first Brazilian woman to ever achieve that.
It was huge.
It was, and while she didn't win that year, right, Gwyneth Paltrow took home the award for Shakespeare in Love.
Right.
It catapulted both Montenegro and like Brazilian cinema into the global spotlight.
Exactly, and you might be thinking, like, okay, so what's so special about Fernanda Montenegro? Well, her career spans over 70 years.
Wow.
That's right, she's been a force in Brazilian entertainment since the 1950s, so we're talking theater, television, film, you name it.
Yeah, she's even been honored by the Brazilian Academy of Letters. Like that's their version of French Academy. It's a big deal for anyone in the arts.
Absolutely, and her filmography, oh man, it reads like a masterclass in versatility from the gritty realism of Elen's No Usam Black Tie.
Yeah.
It's a film about working class struggles during Brazil's dictatorship to the poignant drama of The Other Side of the Street, where she plays an aging journalist grappling with loneliness and social change.
It's interesting how her choices often reflect the socio-political climate of Brazil at the time.
Yeah.
Like Elis No Usam Black Tie, for example, wasn't just entertainment, right? It was this powerful commentary on the social inequalities and political turmoil of the era.
Absolutely, and while all this is happening, while Montenegro is making her mark, her daughter, Fernanda Torres, is coming of age amidst this vibrant cinematic landscape, and her journey is almost like, you know, a case study in refusing to be defined by someone else's shadow, even when someone is your incredibly famous mother.
Yeah, talk about pressure. But she didn't just carve out her own space, right? She blazed a trail. At 21, she wins Best Actress at Cannes for her role in Love Me Forever or Never 20.
I know, right? The win, it sent shockwaves through the industry. It was a clear signal that Fernanda Torres was a talent to be reckoned with in her own right, not just an extension of her mother's legacy.
And just like her mother, she refuses to be boxed in. I mean, she's acted, written, produced. I mean, she's a true multi-hyphenate.
What's interesting is how their acting styles differ. Like Montenegro often brings this quiet intensity to her roles, while Torres is known for like her more explosive, almost chaotic energy. They embody different facets of Brazilian womanhood, both on and off screen.
Yeah, and then fast forward to 2025, and the film that brings them together, I'm Still Here, directed by Walter Salles, who also directed Montenegro and Central Station.
Right.
It's almost like he was destined to unite these two powerhouses.
And the film itself is so much more than just like a mother-daughter project. It's a tapestry of Brazilian history, exploring the lives of women across different generations, all played by Montenegro and Torres at various stages of their lives.
Wait, they both play the same character?
It's brilliant, right?
Yes,
By having them portray different facets of the same woman, Salles creates a dialogue between past and present, highlighting the continuities and ruptures in Brazilian society.
So the film becomes a reflection not just on their personal journeys, but on the evolution of Brazil itself.
Yes.
I can see why critics are calling it a masterpiece.
It's definitely generating a lot about. Now let's talk about Salles himself for a moment. He's known for these like visually stunning films that often like delve into the complexities of Brazilian identity. He's not afraid to tackle tough subjects, you know, like poverty, social injustice, and the legacy of dictatorship.
Yeah, and he does it with this like delicate touch, right? His films aren't preachy at all. They're more like observations almost. Yeah, like whispers that stay with you long after the credits roll.
Exactly, and I'm Still Here. His signature style is on full display. He uses long takes, close-ups, natural lighting, all to create this this intimate atmosphere that just draws you into the world of these characters.
So it's not just about like the grand sweep of history. It's about the small human moments that make up that history.
Precisely. Now you might recall the Golden Globes earlier this year. Fernanda Torres, she wins Best Actress for her performance in I'm Still Here. The energy in that room, I mean, it was palpable.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the clips. Hollywood royalty, I mean, Meryl Streep, Cate Blanchett, they were practically beaming at her. It felt like this collective recognition of not just her talent, but the arrival of Brazilian cinema on a global stage.
It was huge, and it set the stage for what many saw as an inevitable Oscar win.
But even with all that buzz, neither Fernanda wins an acting Oscar. Some might see that as a snub, especially considering Montenegro's history with the Academy.
It's true. Some eyebrows were raised, but
yeah.
But maybe it's more insightful to view this through a different lens. You know, think about it. Both women are part of this Oscar-winning film, a film that celebrates their shared legacy and the power of Brazilian storytelling. I mean, isn't that a victory in itself?
Absolutely, and I think it speaks to their impact, that they can transcend like individual awards and still be recognized for their contribution to cinema as a whole. Their legacy is bigger than any single statue.
It's about their impact on Brazilian cinema, their unwavering dedication to their craft, their ability to captivate audiences worldwide.
And you know what struck me while I was going through all these sources? The sheer variety of critical responses to I'm Still Here. I mean, some praise its poetic pacing, while others find it slow. Some focus on the film's political subtext, while others are moved by its deeply personal themes.
That's what makes for a truly engaging work of art, don't you think? It sparks debate, it evokes different emotions, it invites multiple interpretations.
Yeah, it's not a film that spoon-feeds you answers. It asks questions, it challenges you to think, it leaves you with a sense of wonder.
And isn't that what you want from a deep dive like this?
Yeah.
To be provoked, to engage in thoughtful discussion, to come away with more questions than answers.
Absolutely. Now going back to that idea of legacy, I mean, Fernanda Torres grew up surrounded by cinema. Her mother was and still is a legend. I mean, that must have shaped her perspective in ways we can only imagine.
It is fascinating to consider how that dynamic might have influenced both their careers. Yeah, on the one hand, there's this shared passion for storytelling, this understanding of the industry's intricacies. On the other, there's the potential for competition, the pressure of living up to a towering legacy.
It's a delicate dance, isn't it, to honor the past while forging your own path, and I think both women have done that beautifully.
They've each found their own voice, their own style, their own way of contributing to the rich tapestry of Brazilian cinema.
And what's exciting is how I'm Still Here seems to herald like this new wave of global recognition for Brazilian film.
It's been a long time coming, but the world is finally waking up to the power and artistry of Brazilian storytelling.
And it's not just about entertainment, it's about shining a light on social issues, political complexities, the human condition.
Brazilian cinema has always been deeply rooted in the realities of Brazilian life, reflecting its diversity, its struggles, and its triumphs.
And with directors like Walter Salles and actresses like Fernanda Montenegro and Fernanda Torres, I mean, they're leading the charge. The future of Brazilian cinema looks incredibly bright.
Their work is a reminder that film can be both a mirror reflecting society and a window into the human soul.
You know, it makes you wonder what drew both Fernanda Montenegro and Fernanda Torres to this particular project.
Well, we know the script for I'm Still Here resonated deeply with both of them. You know, the themes of memory aging and the complex relationship between a mother and daughter clearly struck a chord.
It's almost like the film itself became a conversation between them, both on screen and off, a way to explore their own personal dynamics through the lens of these characters.
Exactly, and it's not just their performances that are captivating, right? It's the nuances, the unspoken understanding between them that adds like layers of meaning to the film.
One reviewer even described it as a cinematic duet, where each actress knows precisely when to lead and when to harmonize.
That's a beautiful way to put it, and I think it speaks to their deep respect for each other, both as artists and as family.
You know, it's easy to get caught up in the glamour of the Oscars, the red carpets, the awards, but ultimately what matters is the impact these films have on audiences.
Absolutely, and I think I'm Still Here has the potential to spark important conversations about family, identity, and the role of women in society.
I'm also curious about how this global recognition might influence the future of Brazilian cinema. Do you think we'll see more international collaborations, more Brazilian stories reaching a wider audience?
I certainly hope so. I think this Oscar win could be a catalyst for greater investment in Brazilian filmmaking, opening doors for new voices and perspectives.
And maybe it'll inspire more people to dive into the rich history of Brazilian cinema, to discover films like City of God, Elite Squad, Central Station, so many others that have pushed boundaries and captivated audiences worldwide.
It's an invitation to explore a world of storytelling that's both deeply personal and universally resonant.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the cinematic legacy of Fernanda Montenegro and Fernanda Torres, I'm left with a sense of awe and inspiration.
Their story is a testament to the enduring power of talent, the importance of carving your own path, and the ability of art to transcend borders and generations.
And as you continue to explore the world of film, perhaps you'll find yourself drawn to the vibrant tapestry of Brazilian cinema. After all, who knows what hidden gems and thought-provoking stories await?